Next up is Matt Williams, telling us how to be a mental health ally. Come on up and give us some information.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening. Some of you may have seen this slide pop up earlier. It was the preview of what was to come. So I'd like to talk about something tonight that most people don't talk about. This is actually the ultra-condensed version from a talk that I give on a fairly regular basis, which is about an hour long. So let's see how far we can get in 5 minutes and 48 seconds. I'm Matt Williams. You may have seen me around before. I talk about various topics, have done Kids Mash, and am relatively involved in the DevOps community as well. So, I am not a mental health professional. I can't make any claims, I can't make any diagnoses. Nothing in this talk should be construed as medical advice. However, if you're depressed or have thoughts of suicide, please, 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 please talk to somebody. And this will make some of you uncomfortable. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So why? Well, there's a lot of talk about allies. But we don't talk about mental health. We talk about other health issues. We talk about other social issues. We don't talk about mental health. And you know what? I'm bipolar. Yes, it makes some aspects of my life a little more difficult, but others better. And you know what? I'm still pretty good at what I do. So part of the idea here is to help reduce the stigma involved with mental health. Many people have had mental illnesses. Some of them are actually pretty famous. And there are a lot of different types of mental illnesses as well. This is a far from complete list of them. And we all have mental health. We all have physical health. They go hand in hand, actually. A lot of times when you have things that are not right physically, it will affect your brain. A lot of the chemicals that your brain uses are made in your gut. So if your gut's messed up, your brain's messed up. And two, it's something that some people have constant reminders about. Carrie Fisher, bless her heart, she had to take medication 3 times a day. But there are many other health issues that require people to take medication that often. So, how'd I get here? Well, there's the anecdotal idea that creative people have a higher incidence of mental health. Computer people are more creative, supposedly. Are there any studies? There's been 3. One in the 50s in the US, one in 1990 in Japan, and one in 2000s in India. The one in Japan, 31% could be classified under the DSM. 32%. At that point, Japan was reporting an incidence rate of 5% across all their population, which was bogus. Here in the States, we have between 20 and 25%. Only one of those 32% sought help. Further studies should have been made. This was in 1990. There's only been one since. In India, in the 2000s, they found 36% in their equivalent of Silicon Valley. It's not apples to apples. However, we could make the case that the incidence of mental health issues in IT is higher than the background population. So, we all know somebody. Even if it's only 25%, if you look around your table, if you look in front of you, you look to the left, you look to the right, there's somebody there amongst all of you who has mental health issues. So how can you help? First off, avoid trigger words. Now, one of the things that as I was putting this together, came to realize myself was, if I came across something that, was just incomprehensible, I would say, hey, this is insane, or this is crazy. And, that's a problem. So watch what you say. Watch how you say. There are things that don't help people, like saying, you're lazy, get over it. Nobody ever said life was fair. You're not the only one. However, you can say things like, you're important to me. You're not alone in this. My ears are open if you'd like to talk more. And everyone is different. Don't assume that because you know somebody who is able to cure their depression because of exercise and food, that somebody else can do it. Everyone is different. So, how can you be a better ally and advocate? Educate yourself. Check on people around you. You know, this is just being a good human being. Hey, how are you doing? How's your day? Ask how you can help if you see somebody who's having a really rough time. Be careful of your words. Talk to people about mental health. It's something we don't talk about, and we need to talk more about it. Take care of your own mental health. You know, in IT, we talk about taking mental health breaks, right? Well, if we joke about it, maybe it's something that's real that we shouldn't be joking about. Express empathy. And there is nothing weak about seeking help. If you have a broken leg, you're going to go to the doctor, right? If you have cancer, if you have flu, if you have pneumonia, you're going to get help. There's nothing wrong about that. So with that, I'd like to close. The link at the very bottom is the link for the full talk, and there are a lot of resources there. There's like 7 or 8 slides that are just on resources of mental health. And if anybody would like to talk to me about this later, please feel free to contact me, and thank you all.
Awesome. Good job. Thank you. I would highly recommend going and watching the talk. It's really great because a lot of us, like I fight depression, a lot of people do, and it's really nice. He has a lot of really great tips there.